Well, hello, my friendly shoppers, and today we are back at Sam's Club. This is a new location for us. We were in Ontario, California, and we decided to check it out and see if there's anything new and different, but also I love to compare the different stores. Now, if you are, we all know the big games are coming. We have the playoffs, we have Super Bowl. And you know what you need for those games? You definitely need the food. So look at, you got your nacho cheese. So I love that Sam's Club is getting prepared for these big games. You've got your chili dogs, you've got tortilla chips, you got the pork rinds. I mean, look at this. The chips are $10.56. I like that they're individual bowls too. That is very helpful. And look at, you got your Lay's, the Tostitos. Now, like I said, for the games, it's all about the chips, it's all about the dip, it's all about the appetizers, and basically it's having fun. Some good solid fun, some good betting. Yeah, that happens a lot with the games. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. So let me know, what teams are you rooting for? Now, my husband's team did not make it to the playoffs, but he is okay with that. But look at, so they have a little bit of Valentine's, and like I said, you could do definitely food prep over here, getting ready, like I said, for the game. And if your team loses or you lost too much in their wagers, there's always a little Canadian whiskey to take the edge. And so, like I said, yes, the drinking does go with the games, and mostly I think I want to say it's mostly beer, but now bagels to start the morning off. And of course, what do you need for your game? Well, first, you definitely don't need the LED, the Studio Pro, but hey, if you like to do shots, and if you are a TikToker or you are a YouTuber, this is definitely a great thing to have. And look at, it's pretty tall too. I'm about 5'5", and it has a nice little clip to hold your phone, or mostly people do use their phone for that, but I'm assuming that it probably has something to hold your camera. But let's go back to the games, because you know what you need for the game? You need a good television. And a lot of people say the bigger the better, but hey, whatever floats your boat, whatever. Like, I have a TV stand. I mean, look at that price though. It's $800, and that's a 75-inch TV. I mean, wow, that is huge. And look at that, the LG. There's like, so most of the TVs nowadays are the smart TVs, which is absolutely great. I remember when the smart things did come out, we did get the Roku system, so one of our TVs still has that as well. Now, of course, you need a good surround system. You need the sound system. Now, this is for outdoors. I do know a few people have their TV outside. And here's some good outdoor speakers. They're on clearance for only $99.71, so, which is great. And like I said, you like the sound bar. Everybody has their own way of how they like to be set up, but it's all about what makes you comfortable. Make that home theater sound, because with the smart TVs, I mean, you get Disney Plus. You have Netflix, and these are all subscriptions, but this is a lot of people like to have. I mean, you get the Mandalorian, that will be coming back out next year, so we're very excited about that. Like I said, but like these TV prices, $649. Look how big that thing is. Wow, that's really a nice picture. We are looking for a bigger TV. We get a glare from the sun, and it's the only place to put a TV in our living room. So I'm really looking for like an anti-glare television. Now, these are a little bit too big, but I like this pull down. Look, if you have a fireplace, because our fireplace mantle is high, but you can pull the TV down. That is pretty cool. And I mean, it could be like for any place too. Bedroom. Those are $230. I know they sound expensive, but you want something good and strong to hold your TV. That's the one thing you don't want to be walking by, and if it wasn't properly installed, to come crashing down. You could break your TV or your head. So, Now we kind of go into like different sizes of TVs, and there's so many different brands. But like I said, I think Sam's Club, along with Costco, is always a good place to buy your TVs. First of all, the return policy is great. If you have any problems, you could definitely. Now that TV had a little bit of boo-boo, and I didn't show it, but the employees walked by and they were kind of looking at it as well. Something happened to the TV. Its side was all smashed up. I'm not sure if I did show that or not. I don't think I did. Now, these size TVs, these are like 50 inches. This is kind of what I am looking for. And I do like it because I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking for an anti-glare. $389, that is absolutely in my budget. I love like that. So like I said, that's the 50 inch. That is a great size that we are looking for, because I want to say we have currently a Samsung. This is the one that's very, very glary, but LG is definitely a good brand. And like I said, some of the TVs I have, like in one of our bedrooms, I have an off-brand. It's lasts us for a really long time, and so it really depends on, like I said, on your preference. Now in this particular store, they have the exercise equipment much lower, as you can see, and I liked it because it was just a little bit better, better to see. I'm not super short, but I'm not super tall either. So, and I like that they have it all out. This is definitely good marketing. Now, if you are returning, I want to say thank you so much for watching our videos. And if you're returning and you have not hit that subscribe button, oh my goodness, hit that subscribe button. And seriously, it helps out. This is a small channel, but it helps us out so much. Plus we do a little happy dance too, and so we love seeing that. And I definitely truly appreciate all your support, and like I said, all of returning, thank you so much, and definitely appreciate it. And so let's get back to the video. Like I said, we're in Southern California. We have some really nice weather right now. It's still a little cool in the mornings, but the afternoons are coming up to the 70s. I love this grill, this flat grill. It's so nice. I'm trying to figure out like how, I would think it has something to clean it, but for only $3.99 is not a bad price. And like I said, we're in Southern California, so we really don't get the snow. And we definitely will get some more rain, but it's really a time for us. So that's why you're going to see this in our stores, is cleaning up, getting our backyards all back ready. I mean, look, you got the fire pits. I don't know how that would be smokeless. I guess it's because it's propane. Duh. But, like I said, they have, this was on clearance for $150. A nice little fire pit, the ambience to have in your backyard. Of course, right next to it is heaters, because it still is a little bit cool. Our nights get cool and our mornings are cool. Now, kind of like I said, peeking in, this is the first time I'm in this location. Now, if you're comparing the clothes between not Walmart, well, this is part of Walmart, but Sam's Club and Costco does have a larger selection of clothes. But here's Sam's Club, so you got these hoodies. There's a nice fleece lining, and try to do this with one hand. But this was definitely, don't worry, I put the camera down after and straightened it up, because I'm trying to figure out what the inside. Yeah, the inside was definitely that really soft line. And they had several colors and all the sizes. And it was kind of nice to have different colors to choose. I really wish there was a black, though. Of course, they didn't have the black. And I'm kind of like peeking in from each side, seeing what they have too. So I popped in. This is right behind it. Now I did like this. It's kind of like this black and gray mesh. This was way thinner. Didn't have the fleece, so the other ones were much thicker. So the other ones were good for in the morning here in Southern California. These are good in the afternoon. But like I said, it was really, really soft pullover too. Like I really wonder how they wash, because I really did like that one. And I like the blue one as well. It's like, because I don't like it when they get the pills. They look like we've had them for like 20 years. So that one was a really light, Try to Hard See is a really light camouflage. But like I said, for $13.98, it's definitely a good price. So like I said, we're just kind of popping over just see a couple of their items, the sweatshirts, the Levi's, $24.98 obviously is a brand name, so it is going to be a little bit of a higher price. And we're just slowly, now, here was a little gold mine. You barely see it. These were on clearance for $9.81. Now, fortunately, they didn't, the color I wanted, they didn't have my size. So you can see, these are good for if you're doing walking, you like to wear your active wear, however you want to wear it, too. Now, the Squishies, these are so popular. I mean, they have so many different ones now. These are kind of like where you could kind of lay on them. There's one for the gamer. Looks like there was a unicorn. Of course, there's always a unicorn, a bear, even a dinosaur. So I love that it aims towards girls and boys too. And oh, that one glows in the dark for $14.98, like $15. You can't beat that, especially if it makes a kid happy. It's a good thing to lay, hanging out. Now, like I said, we're all getting ready, to spruce up your backyard, but also people get ready for camping. I'm not the hugest camper. I am more of glamping. And so my parents never took me camping, so one of these days we are definitely going to try it out. But these sleeping bags were on clearance for only like $20, which is not bad. And I like how they really kind of go right down. I don't know how warm they are, but I mean, look at, you got your ice chest. And it's so funny, like I said, the marketing between Sam's Club and Costco are definitely different too. I mean, check out these water bottles. $17.98. That's like almost a gallon of water. Yeah, I think that is. Maybe a little bit more. And you definitely want to make sure you have your water intake. Now, Girl Scout cookies, the sales are starting up this week. And my daughter used to be in the Girl Scouts, and these wagons, when you're doing your cooking, walking around, these wagons come in so handy. I know you're thinking $65 for a wagon. You can use it. We use it for so many other things too. But that's definitely one of my recommendations. Helps carry the cookies, and it's just a little bit easier too. Of course, here's a pop-up if you want to do, a little stand outside the front of your house for the Girl Scouts. I know they still have it. Last couple of years has definitely been a challenge. All right, so here we go. Look at this mop, $43.63. Is it worth it? Does anybody have this mop? Let me know if you have it and if you really, really like it. I have a couple of different ones, but it's like 4 different places too. So another thing for the game, of course, like I said, we talked about the chips and the dips. Now, a little healthier side, there's dips, but you got your carrots, you got so much stuff. Now, if you want to add a little bit of sweetness to it, check this out. It's a nice cheesecake with some fruit. And like I said, their prices for these, I mean, $15.98. That is so good. Like I said, their bakery items, $7.98, and those are pretty good sized cupcakes too. Now, I miscounted in my last Sam's Club. I kept thinking that was 24. That's actually 30 cupcakes in those bottom rows, and those are only $8. I mean, $7 a change for all of those, which you cannot beat. Now, even in a different Sam's Club, this is a Tres Leches cake. In a different Sam's Club, it was round. It was about $18. This one is $1 more. It's a little bit bigger, and it's a square size too. And I'm trying to debate if I want to get that for my birthday or not. I mean, there's so many different places. I have not completely decided. I know my daughter is not big on that, but we'll see. I still have about 2 weeks away. Now, like I said, these cupcakes are 30 of them. I kept thinking like a 2 dozen because let's face it, it's normal. Normally, when you order cookies and stuff like that, you ask how many dozen do you want. So that's why I was always thinking it was 2 dozen. And now for the games, when you have people over, these Brownie Bites, I absolutely love these. They're always perfectly chewy, and they are so good too. And look at 48 of them for $6.98. That's not a bad deal at all. I haven't tried the Aussie Bites. I guess you want to go a little bit more healthier way instead of the brownie, but dude, it is the game. It is all about the bad food, really. The bad food that tastes really, really good too. I mean, you get the platter of cookies. If you don't want to stay and you don't want to have to bake and do all of that, but you definitely want to, if you have, we all have a limited time. So depending on what you want to spend more time on, do you want to spend more time on desserts or the big food, or how do you want to do it too? So like I said, you get the chocolate chip cookies, look at for $5.98. Those are good too. Chewy and crunchy at the same time, if that makes any sense. Not too chewy, not too crunchy. Pecan pies, they have those. And look at that, $11.98. I love pecans too. And you got your apple pie, good old American apple pie right there. I mean, under $10. That is such a deal. Like, between the time to make the apple pie, to peel the apples and everything, I just rather go and buy it. Now, of course, you want to start up the grill, and here you got look at the meat. Like, that is a huge roll too. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And depending on how thick you want those burgers to be, I mean, it's $33.46. That is huge. That could make, like I said, depending on how thick you want those burgers, that can make a lot of burgers too. Much cheaper than to buy them as well. But if you are healthier, you could always do the turkey meat. There's the Impossible burgers. There is so many choices. I love hamburgers. I eat more Impossible than the meat because I save my red meat till when I have a steak. And so that's just my personal preference. Now, if you want to make some of those ribs, if you get those, they have so many devices now, slow cookers, so many things. Now, look at this. This is so, I have not seen this at the Sam's Club. It's a fresh market. It's almost like you see these in the grocery store, and that is one huge piece of meat. It almost looks like a tomahawk steak. They're different names for them, so they're called different things, but that looks like a tomahawk steak to me. And you got your ribeye. Now there's a gentleman there. I didn't want to push him to the side, but I was like, ooh, where's the filet mignon? That is my favorite steak. Now, of course, if you want to do tacos, I love tacos. I can eat tacos every day. We have the joke of Taco Tuesday. It is taco Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday too. Now here, if you want chicken nuggets, so I mean, like I said, if you're going to Sam's Club and you are a member, this is your one-stop shop. Okay, the people moved aside, so I kind of wanted to check out what else they had. This is bacon wrapped chicken. Wow. Chicken with asparagus in it. I mean, look at those pork chops. Those things are massive. So if you're wanting to get a little, I say get a little fancier for the game, but it's for, any other night too. And they cut it up for you, they wrap it up, and just like any kind of butcher market. But like I said, this is the first Sam's Club I'm seeing that at. You had a gentleman here doing the sushi. I love watching them make sushi. It's a absolute skill. Now what he says, I hope to take a class on it too. Of course I'll take a class, I'll never make it, but it'd be fun. And like I said, and if you don't have time, for $6.98 a pound, look, you got your wings. Just heat those up. You got some sauces right there, barbecue sauce and buffalo sauce for $21.32. Like I said, you got to spend money to save time, or to save money, you got to spend some time. So definitely want to choose your battles. You got the mac and cheese. I said, so our big game, the Super Bowl, it is February 13th. Such an interesting weekend because that is Valentine's weekend too. So I like to see what people are doing that weekend. 'Cause it's definitely going to be a battle. You got your twice baked potatoes. I love that they already cooked the Brussels sprouts. Those look delicious. Of course, here's your fries. This is such a good price of fries. You got your waffle fries. And then over here, look like they're all picked over. Your Ida, the crinkle fries, $6.98 for that big of a bag. That's a really good price too. If you have the freezer room, I know that's quite a challenge for some people. You have the crab cakes. I have had those. Those were pretty good. And of course, you know, you got the seafood now. With the games, always comes to drinks. Most people. So you got your Heineken, you've got your Miller Lite. So in America, we have so many beers. We have so many, I mean, it is hard to choose. Like you ask people, it's like you got your stouts, you got your, I just call this like regular, like American beer. I'm not the hugest beer drinker, so my apologies that I don't know what to call all the different beer. I mean, I know there's like stouts, there's ales. You know, then you got your Bud Light. I went to England and people like, it was so funny to see that this is actually a porter beer, but they love that Bud Light or the Budweiser too. But I mean, so many different beers nowadays. I mean, you got the Blue Moon, you got the Corona, which sadly that virus kind of gave them a bad name, but I still see people drinking it. And I mean, these are pretty good. These are big cases. It's almost like with these prices, it's almost like $1 beer, much cheaper than if you go to a bar. And even with happy hour too. So I mean, look at all of these. So Costco and Sam's Club. Sam's Club, in my opinion, seems like they have more beer than Costco. I mean, wow. I was kind of impressed with their beer selection. The IPAs. Then you've got the people who like there's the Cutwater, the vodka mule. You have these like fruit. There's a lot of these fruit spritzer, you know, the Stella. And of course, a lot of people love that White Claw. It's not a drink for me. I tried it once and it's okay. Like I said, if you like it, hey. Because I know I drink drinks that people don't like, and I mean that's the one thing with these is that, you know, everybody has their own choice, but the people are like, why? Now the Stella Rosa, I always think of my mom. My mom likes these drinks, the sweet sparkly wines. That is hers, but you could also do that for brunch if you're gonna do a brunch before the games. So yeah, so next few weeks, Sunday is really big on football. Now here you go. The Stella Rosa has, now are these wines or are these like the White Claws? I have no idea. This is where you wish there was a sample. Here's my ID. Let me try this. Like I said, there's such a large, look at all that. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do some comparison, but I really think the Sam's Club, for this one in particular, has the larger selection of alcohol. You got this Bacardi Mixer. Now I do like rum. Look at that variety pack. That's like $12 and change. You got a rum, a mojito, a sunset. Now I would try that. Now, is Bacardi the best rum? It depends. It's a good mixing rum. But there are definitely some higher quality rums too. So it really depends who you ask. Everybody has their own taste in these. Now, is that canned Bloody Mary? Well, that's interesting. Like I said, all of these different. Now, of course, we're going to get out of the booze area. Like, look how cute these little Cheerio Treats are. My daughter, when she was younger, she would have loved that. Now she's not big on cereal, so she would just think that was cereal. But I love their individual packs, easy on the go, and you can tell they're popular. And the ho-hos, Goodness, that takes me back. Now you can tell I'm hungry. I'm starting to look at this stuff. So everybody, thank you so much for coming along with this trip. Like I said, we've got some games coming up. We got a lot of fun things coming up. So everybody, stay safe and stay well, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.